Another Moondrop IM review today. Today we have the Lan, and of course we'll be comparing it to the Chu, the Zero, the Hola, the Khan, and the other Zero. Let's jump into it. Hey friends, Tim here, welcome back to another video on Giz Audio. Today, the Lan from Moondrop, single dynamic driver IM with, finally, interchangeable cable. Yes, we've been waiting for this one. So to start things off, let's go over the sound signature of the Lan. The Lan is tuned very similar to the Chu, which is it focused a lot more on the upper mid-range. So female vocals and instruments that lives in this range comes across more forward and is somewhat the star of the mix. The bass is going to be very far behind and not very pronounced, if you will. So for bass lover, this signature is definitely not for you. Now the differences between the Lan and the Chu comes in the treble area. The Lan has noticeably less air than the Chu, which leads to the Lan's timbre being more natural. The Chu can come across a little bit too metallic or too harsh at times. That problem doesn't exist in the Lan. So for those who want the quickest summary review possible, the Lan is basically the Chu, but more natural and cleaner sounding overall. Not as harsh and not as metallic-y as the Chu can be. With better build quality than the Chu and also interchangeable cable. So there you go. All of that improvement for just double the price and minus the spring tips. So you can make your own purchase decision on that one. But in terms of it being better than the Chu or not, it is better than the Chu. Now, is it better than the other IMs that I mentioned in the beginning of the video? Let's go down one by one, shall we? The Lan versus the 7Hz Zero. Now, the 7Hz Zero has noticeably less 5K, 6K region, which is to say that vocals decay more naturally on the Zero, while the Lan does come across a little bit more intense. The extension or the breathiness of the vocals are a little bit more pronounced. Again, not overly exaggerated, just more pronounced for that added flavor, if you will. The Zero sounds more neutral and natural in comparison. The Zero will come across slightly bit more bassy and balanced though, due to that, again, upper mid-range cut that the Zero has over the Lan. The Lan is really very much focused on the upper mid-range, so the tonal balance is shift towards the higher end, while the Zero's tonal balance is more even out, you can say. In terms of which is better, I would say they're about the same. One is not better than each other. I would give them the same grade. Versus the Hola, now the Hola is noticeably warmer and less energetic in the upper mid-range versus the Lan. It's almost like a seesaw in a way where the Lan's signature or tonal balance is leaning towards the brighter frequencies and the Hola is leaning towards the bassier or lower frequencies. So for me, in this case, owning the Hola and the Lan both actually makes sense if you want two complementary sets that is tuned relatively similar. But the question of which is better, I would still say the same as the last comparison. They're both on par. I don't think one is better than each other. I would give them the exact same grade. In comparison to the Khan and the Zero, I would say these two IMs are tuned quite differently than the Lan. These two are more harmon-tuned IM, and the Lan is more of a mid-centric IM, if you will. So the Khan and the Zero both have way more bass than the Lan, also a cleaner lower mid-range as well, while the Lan is very much focused on that upper mid-range, that female vocal. Now, one thing I will say is that the Lan's treble is more natural sounding than on the Zero and the Khan. They both have more treble than the Lan, especially in the air regions, so the timbre of those two comes across a little bit harsh in comparison to the Lan that is a little bit more natural. Now, in terms of which is better between the Zero, Khan versus the Lan, I would give the edge over to the Zero and the Khan because the signature that both of those IMs have are more versatile. The Lan, being that it is more upper mid-range focused, not a lot of bass, will not be the best signature for genres that requires having a lot of bass. Final verdict now, as you can see from the entirety of this review, the Lan is average. It's not an impressive IM for the price, but it's not a bad IM for the price as well. So let's ask the question then, why should you buy the Lan and why shouldn't you buy the Lan? You should buy the Lan if you're really looking for a true upgrade. If the shoe is an IEM that you personally really love to death and you want an IEM that is just the shoe but better, then yes, get the line. Besides that though, I can't really give you a good reason to get LAN over any other IEMs in the price bracket. If it's not an upgrade to the shoe that you want, then other IEMs do about the same thing or better for the same price or less price in case of the Zero and the Hola. The LAN in a vacuum is still a good sounding IEM in comparison to like 99% of the market that's, you know, priced around $40, but there's just too many competition within the price range now to outwardly recommend the LAN as a great option. It is more like it's an option that exists, it's good, it's not great, it's not bad. It exists. All right, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I would like to thank my Patreon supporter now. For the $9 tier, we have Bard, Chadwick, Geeky Audio, Go210, K, Norm, Robert, Suniro, and for $18 people, Dr. P, Kirk, Mason, and Czar. Thank you so much for all of you guys' support. I appreciate it very greatly. And if you want to support the channel yourself, link to Patreons down below. Many great perks there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.